Trump's Big Beautiful Bill: How Budget Cuts Impact Local Nonprofits and You. Thousands of vulnerable Nevadans are about to feel the crushing weight of federal budget cuts, and the fallout will stretch far beyond government balance sheets. With President Trump's signing of the Big Beautiful Bill, local nonprofits are sounding alarms about imminent funding reductions that threaten essential services. But here's where it gets controversial. These cuts don't just shrink resources, they paradoxically increase demand for assistance while slashing the very programs designed to help. The Food Bank of Northern Nevada reveals that 1 in 6 Nevadans relies on SNAP benefits, food stamps, meaning reduced aid will force more families into hunger as supplies dwindle and needs surge. /N political science expert Professor Fred Lokken from Truckee Meadows Community College highlighted a critical domino effect. Countless children depend on federal lunch programs through public schools, with SNAP being their primary lifeline. Cutting this safety net jeopardizes their basic nutrition. Catholic Charities, which currently assists over 40,000 clients monthly through its food pantry, anticipates a 20% spike in demand once cuts take effect. This surge is compounded by other nonprofits losing federal grants, creating a perfect storm of need. /N CEO Marie Baxter outlined their preparations. We're scaling up food reserves, expanding capacity at St. Vincent's dining room, and implementing programs to address new work requirements and childcare barriers. Yet perhaps the most contentious element involves Medicaid reductions. Nevada faces hundreds of millions in cuts, specifically targeting unemployed single adults who fail to meet 80-hour monthly work thresholds, a policy Lokken predicts will strip 119,000 Nevadans of recently acquired health insurance. /N This is the part most people miss. While service workers gain temporary tax-free tips, expiring in 2028, a proposed land sale initiative to fund housing was notably excluded from the bill. Lokken noted this omission actually prevented private interests from acquiring vast Nevada federal lands, offering rare relief. As charities brace for impact, they emphasize non-federally supported partnerships, like medical aid from Northern Nevada Hopes and Community Health Alliance, remain vital alternatives. /N So let's confront the uncomfortable question. Should fiscal policy prioritize tax breaks for some while withdrawing basic survival resources from society's most vulnerable? We want your perspective. Does this trade-off truly align with American values? Share your stance below. Trump's budget bill targets Nevada. Costly consequences for Nevadans. Here's a harsh reality check. Nevada is about to face a financial crisis, and our governor seems eerily silent about it. The so-called One Big Beautiful Bill, championed by former President Donald Trump and Republicans, is anything but beautiful for our state. Signed into law this month, it's already making headlines for its devastating impact on working and middle-class families nationwide, and Nevada is no exception. But here's where it gets even more alarming. This bill isn't just hurting families, it's setting off a chain reaction that will cripple our state's finances for years to come. Let's break it down. In Nevada alone, this law will strip healthcare from over 100,000 people, slash food assistance for 500,000 residents, and gut job-creating clean energy investments. Meanwhile, it's handing tax cuts to billionaires and piling trillions onto the national debt. But this is the part most people miss. The bill quietly shifts billions in additional costs onto states like Nevada, creating massive budget holes we simply cannot afford. As state legislators and leaders of the Assembly's Ways and Means Committee and the Senate's Finance Committee, we see this for what it is, a ticking time bomb for our state's future budgets. What's baffling is Governor Joe Lombardo's silence. Why hasn't he used his ties to Trump to protect Nevada? Even before this federal disaster, our state's finances were on shaky ground. Tourism and gaming, our economic lifelines, are down, with fewer international visitors and declining gaming revenue straining our tax base. These sectors fund everything from schools to roads, and when they falter, our entire budget feels the pain. This year, the Economic Forum even downgraded our revenue projections, forcing us to face a harsh economic reality. And yet, Lombardo's fiscal leadership has been anything but reassuring. This year, he submitted an unbalanced budget with a $330 million shortfall, leaving lawmakers to clean up the mess. Now, with the One Big Beautiful Bill looming, he's once again failing to step up. The bill slashes federal contributions to programs like SNAP and Medicaid, forcing Nevada to either find hundreds of millions annually or cut essential services. For example, Medicaid reimbursement rates will drop from 90% to around 60%, quadrupling the state's costs for new enrollees. By 2031 to 2034, this could cost Nevada an extra $1.2 billion, or leave hundreds of thousands without health care. And that's not all. The bill also reduces provider taxes on hospitals, eliminating a critical revenue stream for Medicaid and healthcare expenses. Here's the controversial truth. Trump and congressional Republicans are passing the buck to states to fund tax cuts for the wealthy. Nevada will be forced to pay more for essential services, but unlike the federal government, we can't print money or run deficits. Our Constitution requires a balanced budget, and this bill makes that nearly impossible. Yet, Lombardo didn't fight back. He didn't use his national platform or his political ties to Trump, whom he endorsed and helped win Nevada in 2024, to secure protections for our state. Instead, he cheered the bill, calling it something Nevadans should be excited about. He's offered no plan to address the looming budget crisis. The choices ahead are grim. Nevada is left with two options: raise taxes on struggling families and small businesses, or slash essential services like education, senior care, and public safety. In an economy already strained by declining revenues and tourism, either option would be devastating. Trump's bill is reckless, cruel, and fiscally ruinous. Lombardo's failure to oppose it, or even prepare for its consequences, makes him complicit in the damage it will inflict on our state. Nevadans deserve leaders who prioritize our financial stability and well-being. Instead, we have a governor who won't stand up to his political allies, even when our budget and future are at stake. As chairs of the committees overseeing Nevada's finances, we've had to work around Lombardo's incompetence, fixing his $330 million deficit to create a balanced budget. But the consequences of his inaction will haunt us for years. Here's the question we can't ignore: is this the leadership Nevada deserves? We invite you to share your thoughts. Are you concerned about the bill's impact on our state? Do you think Lombardo should have done more? Let's start a conversation, because our future depends on it.